So, let me start this very dramatic speech by saying that the last week or two, I haven't even been keeping track. The last week or two, it's really hurt a lot. It's really sucked, but I've also gained a lot of information. I've seen how people interact with me, who sticks around, who leaves, why that is. And I think that, like, a lot of it makes more sense to me. But today, okay, I'm going to be bringing up, yes, I am talking about this. I'm going to be bringing up my ex partner. But it, I want to make it very clear um, that everything I am about to say, I have zero intention of saying, like, or like trying to victimize myself through what she has done. Um, I'm going to be accusing her of some pretty hefty things, but I want to show you that I have a pretty strong understanding of the situation, and I truly do believe that, like, we are both victims in this situation, like, equally. And I've even talked with her about this before, like victims of the age of the internet in a way, but I think that it's different than that. I think that there is just something fundamentally broken between me and her. No, I did not abuse my partner. I have never even had a thought of harming her, like, once in my life. I've never put a finger near her. But also at the same time, everything she's saying, about being extremely hurt and horrified and, like, not wanting to be around me, and, how she truly believes that everything she's done is in self-defense. And what I'm here to say is I completely believe her. But I also think it's worth mentioning the things that she did in self-defense and, like, why they would result in me losing it and screaming, you know? Um, well, first of all, let's talk about the main issue, me yelling. Like, when I get very angry or even excited or just anything, like, I get very loud. I use my voice and the volume of it to really express it. So, like, when I'm upset because of something, and I start getting really loud about it, um, like, that basically was her biggest fear because she had trauma with yelling. Make sure I get all the details right. This is kind of complicated. So basically, for me though, like, my family, everyone I've been around my whole life is loud. They talk over each other, they yell at each other, but they never mean anything bad by it. So I never really saw anything wrong with it. They're just trying to be heard and get their point across and, show their emotions. And so that's like me when I'm yelling. And so the problem is Tina, I guess I'm just saying her name. Sure, Tina. Um, Tina rightfully, like, gets scared of that, is horrified. What I'm trying to say by this situation is a matter of a bad match because we, like, worked perfectly with everything, but it really was me yelling. And again, I would basically yell because, just like out of instinct of trying to get a point across or even sometimes just tell a joke. And the way that she would handle it is she would feel hurt and scared. And this just kept happening over and over again where I didn't mean to scare her. She got scared. She starts acting very nervous, and then I'm like questioning why she is. And then um that's when, like, I would start yelling, and then I'd see how upset she was. I'm like, holy shit, wait, no, this is not what was supposed to, like, I was just trying to, get my point across. And that would basically be like a very scary memory, being built. And that would happen over and over and over again to the point of where she started to fear me. And this is what I mean when I say that, like, everything she did is in self-defense. I am accusing my partner of blackmail, and I'm accusing my partner of gaslighting. Um, and again, I it's weird because I understand what she means when she says it's in self-defense, and I don't, like, think that this is a universal situation. I don't think this is something that represents her character. I believe this is something that was developed specifically for this relationship. so that she can protect herself from me. And what she would do is basically tell me like when I'm yelling, because she's not listening to the words I'm saying while I'm yelling, because she's terrified when I'm like loud, and she gets scared because she's afraid I'm gonna yell. So she tells me that I'm not living in reality. And the reason I'm really bringing this up is because like this event that just happened really woke me up to the fact that like she would basically say you're not living in reality, and I would agree with her, and just like try to like, because I loved her, I wanted to make it work, so I would just like listen to what she says about me, and then just even if I was hurt, I couldn't yell because like it was after I had already yelled that she'd say that, so it was better to just accept it. So I was constantly being gaslit all the time, and I'm pretty sure that my partner also felt like she was being gaslit all the time, because again, we just were not a good match. Fundamentally, we were a bad match. We had a lot of stuff in common, but this one aspect, like basically again, like resulted in 5 years of gaslighting, and like I went fucking insane, like completely insane. Like just the feeling that like no one's listening to me, no one understands me, and once again, a lot of that's the fact that I'm yelling and I have a partner who can't listen to me while I'm yelling there. And like yelling is how I get like naturally my emotions across, so much of me is being missed. And then again, it's like I feel so slighted that like I don't give a shit, what she what she's talking about, cuz she just she just basically told me I'm not living in reality. I'm offended, Um anyways, blackmail. So, blackmail is maybe the most painful thing I've ever gone through in my life. Um, Being recorded, like without my knowledge, like having a partner constantly remind me that, you know what? Let's take a break. And okay, let me finish my sentence. Partner, wait, what was I talking about? Anyways, let's take a break and talk about her concerns. Once again, like I think that she had every right to feel the way that she did. I think that the way she handled it was really sad and misrepresentative of who I am as a person. That's why I even brought it up in the first place, because I felt so deeply betrayed. Because again, I've never had any meaning. Like, I've never wanted to do anything wrong to this person. Like, I still think about her. I still care about her. And like, yeah, no, my last video was like vicious and stupid, but also at the same time, it was me just like finally saying, oh, I'm just gonna like talk and say whatever. And it turned out this is like, I don't know, maybe the most important experience of my career so far. Um, yeah, so why is it that she's gaslighting me? Why is it that she's, okay, wait, that's right. I was explaining basically blackmail. So blackmail is basically like somebody holding you by a chain at all times. Especially the person who I like cared the most about. Her holding the fact that she has stuff that she can like destroy my life with over my head is crazy. And the fact that, look, it's like I released the video, and video was not the cleanest thing in the world, but like her first immediate response was the same thing I've been saying. She'll just like say it's self-defense, and then spread all this stuff that feels like, again, that like the video I talked about, the video is me screaming because I'm being gaslit, because I'm not being listened to, because I'm yelling, and once again she can't hear a word I'm saying. She just hears yelling. She records it, she shows it to the cops, tells them how dangerous I am. They arrest me, and it feels like the biggest fucking betrayal of my life. That's why I brought it up, because like, yeah, that made me want to kill myself. But once again, like, she truly believed she was in that much danger. And I think that she's completely valid for that, and that she's allowed to feel however she feels about the situation. She made a statement. I wanted to say something because I really just figured it out that, like, oh yeah, that's right. Like, I have been behaving a totally different way for so long. Once I thought that I lost my YouTube channel, I really went into a deep depression. Like, ask anyone. But like the thing is that really made me make this video is that it just kept getting worse, and like in really weird and interesting ways, where people are like really showing their character around me, and I'm just like, huh, and I'm absolutely hurt by it, but All I have left right now are people who I could spend a whole day talking to. Which, you know what? I'll take that. And by the way, entire internet for believing everything you read at face value. Just know I don't blame you, all right? Because I would do the same, and that's just literally this culture, all right? So, you know, this is me literally saying we are both victims of each other, and that the relationship like dissolved in a way that I thought felt extremely unfair, but I can see like why she was as terrified as she was. But the reality is, once again, like, this is not a problem around people who are like me. It just happens to be the circle I have, all the people who are around me who are just like tuned differently. You know what I mean? And I did hurt them, but like, once again, I didn't mean to hurt anybody. So like, it really is, not my fault as much as it is, you know? Like, I don't know. Whatever. Hopefully this clears it up, but knowing the internet probably won't, and I don't really care. Sorry for not keeping up with the 2-year rule, but I don't know, maybe I just was like I guess I could have waited a little longer. I'm probably still taking a break, but I'm making music like all day. Like, I'm just in the studio, dude, creating crazy stuff. Listen to this, all right? All right, I gotta click this. Video unavailable. Well, guess you'll have to wait till next time. Peace.